Christmas trees are supposed to be symbols of life. Green branches, warm lights, ornaments that reflect laughter and family. But in my village, there was one tree that people avoided even during the happiest season of the year. A tree that was never cut down, never decorated by choice, and never spoken about openly. Everyone just called it the Christmas tree. It stood at the edge of the old forest, just beyond the last row of houses, tall and twisted, its branches stretching outward like skeletal arms frozen in prayer. Snow never settled properly on it. Lights never stayed lit for long, and anyone who went too close to it after sunset was never the same afterward, if they returned at all. I was 19 when I first learned why. That winter, the village council decided to turn the tree into a tourist attraction. Christmas was coming, and someone thought it would be a good idea to decorate the massive tree to attract visitors. They ignored the warnings from the elders. They laughed at the fear. They said stories were just stories. The decorations arrived first: golden lights, red ribbons, shining ornaments. A small team was assigned to decorate the tree at dusk. I was part of that team. The moment we stepped into the forest, the air changed. It wasn't cold exactly. It felt heavy, like the forest was holding its breath. The tree loomed ahead of us, taller than I remembered, its bark dark and cracked like burned flesh. As we began wrapping lights around the lower branches, I noticed something strange. The tree was warm. Not just the bark, but the air around it. Warm enough that the snow beneath it had melted into dark, muddy patches. I mentioned it to the others. They joked that maybe hell had a Christmas tree too. That's when we heard the first sound. A soft creaking, like wood bending under pressure. One of the branches moved, not swaying from wind, but slowly, deliberately curling inward. The lights flickered, ornaments shook, and then one of the workers screamed. A branch had wrapped around his ankle. We tried to pull him free, but the branch tightened. More branches began to move, slithering across the snow like roots searching for flesh. The man was lifted off the ground, dragged upward, his screams echoing through the forest until they were suddenly cut off. The tree absorbed him. The lights glowed brighter. We ran. By morning, the village found no body, no blood, just a new ornament hanging high among the branches, something that looked disturbingly like a human face frozen in terror. The council tried to cover it up. They said it was an accident. They ordered the tree to be cut down. The chainsaw never returned. That night, the tree grew taller. More branches, more lights, more decorations, and every ornament told a story. As Christmas Eve approached, the tree began calling people, not with sound, but with memories. Lost loved ones, familiar voices, promises of warmth in the cold. People followed the pull, one by one. On Christmas night, the tree was glowing brighter than anything I'd ever seen. The forest around it was silent. No birds, no wind. I stood at a distance, watching as shadows moved within the branches. Then the tree bent. Its roots tore free from the ground, dragging snow, soil, and bones with them. It leaned toward the village, towering over the houses, its ornaments screaming softly as they swayed. That was when I understood. The tree wasn't decorated. It was fed, and Christmas wasn't a celebration. It was harvest season,